Hi, my name is Becky. I'm here with John and Will of Stub Group, and we are excited to talk to you today about your ad strength and your quality score, what the difference is, what they mean, how you can improve them, and what you might be doing to worsen them. So I'm going to turn the tables over to Will and John now to kind of kick off that discussion.
So this is, I think, one of the most confusing parts of Google probably for advertisers because Google uses confusing terminology when they say these things. So here's kind of the bottom level. Often when you're looking at your ads in Google Ads, you'll see a score. Google will say excellent, good, average, or poor. And a lot of advertisers are confused by this because I think a very fair assumption is if Google says my ad is poor, that means it's not doing well and we should improve it and make it better. But the truth is actually a lot more nuanced than that. It might mean you have a bad ad. It might mean you have a great ad. Really, it doesn't impact performance at all. And we're going to dive into what that means here. So, Will, could you, I guess, explain first what ad strength is in Google and what Google means by those poor, average, good, and excellent rankings?
Yeah, so the ad strength, it's something that you might actually see when you're creating a new ad. So whether, let's say you're in a responsive search ad, you've got a search campaign, you've built out a responsive search ad, you're putting in your headlines, you put in your final URL, and you see at the top, after a moment to load, it'll show, poor, average, good, etc. Like you mentioned, John. That tool is meant only to be used as a diagnostic sense of how well does Google estimate this is going to perform based on the creative typically that you're incorporating. Does your responsive search ad use the keywords that you're targeting from your ad group? How many headlines are you using? Are they varied enough for it to be impactful for Google? Maybe you're only using one headline and you can't run an ad with only one headline. Maybe you're using 3 and not 15. 2 descriptions instead of all of the available ones. Maybe you don't have image assets incorporated, different things like that. So in one sense, the ad strength is really helpful because it helps you think through, hey, what elements am I missing that might be helpful? But it doesn't actually impact, it's not meant to show you if it's performing well or not, like you said. It's not, because again, you may not have even launched this ad yet and you're already getting a strength. But let's say you have launched it and you're reviewing performance, you're looking at responsive search ad. Maybe you're looking at performance max assets and you see, again, this ad strength where it's, poor, good, average, excellent, whatever. That is just diagnostics based on the elements that you've incorporated there to help you think through other elements you may be missing that might make it perform better. But there's more that goes into that. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, John.
Yeah, I think I'll just double click again on what you're saying there, which is it's only diagnostics. If you have an ad with a poor ad strength and an ad with an excellent ad strength, those two are viewed equally by Google when they're actually putting your ads into auctions and deciding what do you need to bid to get a click and what's your ad rank. So ad rank is different from ad strength. Ad rank is Google looking at your bid, looking at your click-through rate, looking at your landing page relevancy, things like that, and deciding, okay, can you get into this auction? If so, where do you rank in this auction? Ad strength is Google saying, hey, it's AI saying, based upon what we see here, we think that your ad may do better or may do worse if you add these things or take away these things. But again, it has actually no impact on how the ad will actually be ranked when it goes to auction. So I think that's the main thing that advertisers need to understand. And I think there's a lot of examples that we see of why we'll write ads that actually are quote unquote poor, but perform really well. So a good example of that would be ad targeting competitors. So let's say I'm Amazon and I want to target people searching for Walmart. I'm not going to say Walmart in the ad copy because I don't want to get sued. So I'm not going to actually use my competitor's name in the ad copy. But Google's looking at that and saying, you're targeting the keyword Walmart. To have an excellent ad, you need to have Walmart in your ad copy because that makes the ad relevant to the keyword. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get sued. And I don't have to do that necessarily to have a really good performing ad. And so I might have an ad that says, poor quality, but actually it's performing really, really well. And that's one example. And there's a lot of other nuances there as well. So I think another Another place people get confused with all of the different scores that Google gives are with how quality score factors into this as well, because you've got ad strength, which is what we're talking about. It's where it says poor, average, good, or excellent. You've got ad rank, which is what actually dictates where you get into the auction, and you never see your ad rank. Ad rank is not a publicly visible number. But then you have quality score that you'll see on your keywords. So can you explain how quality score plays into all this? Well,
yeah. So again, quality score is different from ad strength. Your ad strength does not impact your quality score. Now, if you're talking to a Google rep, they may say that it does, but it's anecdotal in that it does. In that, okay, maybe you're missing an element here that's impacting your quality score, but it's not that the ad strength itself is impacting that quality score. So there's been some confusion on that. I've had conversations with Google where they were muddy on that, but just to be clear, they are separate, doesn't impact it. Quality score, you're going to see that rank. It is visible, unlike ad rank. The quality score is a number that you'll see that goes up to 10. So you may have, say, 7 out of 10 or 3 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. So you see that at the keyword level, and Google's looking at, okay, what's the different things that impact that. You're going to be looking at, ad relevance. You're going to be looking at land page experience, different things that Google is anticipating, like, hey, what are important elements to your end user that they need to see, and is that being met in this keyword? So it may be that you're targeting a keyword that you're not using in your ad, and maybe on the landing page it says nothing about that. Maybe that's intentional, maybe it's accidental, but there's an opportunity there for you to improve things that really will have an impact on how your ad is improving, whether in how you create the ad, what elements you incorporate it, whether you're using keyword insertion or making sure you use the search phrase in the ad itself, and also making sure that the landing page you're directing users to actually discusses the thing that they're searching for, because Google's going to ding you, and you're going to see that in your quality score if you don't actually communicate on your landing page what you're bringing people to your ad about.
So just to make things as confusing as possible for you, from Google's end, again, you've got those 3 different scores: ad strength, ad rank, quality score. What you see are ad strength and quality score. Those are both diagnostics numbers. They're not in and of themselves impacting how your ads perform. They're Google guessing how your ads may perform on the ad strength side of things, and the quality score, they're kind of a diagnostic of, hey, on average here is how your ads are performing related to the specific keyword they're assigning the score to. So when you're writing ads, definitely take advantage of Google's AI. A lot of the time it's going to be correct in saying that, hey, if you add more relevant headlines, give more options, etc., that your ad will probably perform better. So it's a great thing to have an ad that has an excellent strength when it makes sense. But that should not be the goal of optimizing. You shouldn't be optimizing towards that strength. You should be optimizing towards what is actually performing best and test over time. And you might find that, hey, if I write an ad with only these specific 3 headlines and 2 descriptions pinned in these places, which Google does not like from a strength perspective and says it's poor, but I actually see it's got a way better click-through rate and conversion rate than the big, long RSA that we've given Google that Google says is excellent, go with the one that's working better. Doesn't hurt your account, makes you more money. So hopefully that helps clear up some of that confusion around that point. And if you have any questions about your ads, about any of this, about Google Ads in general, digital advertising, we'd love to help. You can reach out through stubgroup.com, and we can have a free consultation, or at the very least, tap that subscribe button for more videos just like this. So until next time, John, Becky, and Will signing off.